You must have really pissed him off big time last night. I told you that I would speak to Tahu. Like I said, I'll vouch for you. Respect for the legend Baron To'a.
I'm not after respect. I'm after the belt.
Only thing I could find in my house.
God. Traitor.
Oh. Shout out to Will.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pasefika Movie Starter Kit. You know what I'm saying? I'm Hello Marcus. I'm here with the Uso Lance.
What up?
Today we're talking about the Legend of Baron To'a. And you know what I'm saying? I've been under a fucking rock. You know, I seen the trailer with the Baron fighting the brothers, and that was it. And I wish I seen it when it came out because this movie is friggin' awesome.
Nice.
Awesome, bro. So what did you think when you first watched it? Because you watched it when it first came out.
I don't know if it was right when it came out in 2020 or at some point there in like the shutdown, everyone stay home time of America that I got to it, maybe the year after before, or the years after. But this was definitely a fun watch, and definitely a representative one too, with a bunch of Pasefika actors, both new and legendary. Talking names like John Tui, Nathaniel Lees, Uli Latukefu, that a lot of people might recognize from NBC's Young Rock.
Yes,
so it was real dope to see representation on screen and a really entertaining, fun watch movie. Action comedy, let's get into it.
That's why I love comedy so much. Like, people sleep on comedies for like they just expect comedy, right? But
they think it's shallow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's
like,
so much point. You know what I'm saying? There's poignancy in comedies, bro. I've cried at a couple comedies.
There can be. There definitely can be.
And I feel like there's a lot in here. You know, it's a really good way to like show our experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's just start getting into it, bro. You know what I mean? Here's the official IMDb synopsis of the movie. A young man from Tonga struggles with the legacy of his wrestling father as he follows in his deceased father's footsteps by fighting for the return of his dad's stolen championship belt. Bruh. And already as like a casual wrestling fan, I'm already like invested. You know what I'm saying? And God bless it, bro. This movie is awesome. So
definitely. It involves wrestling, which is also a really big part. I feel of my growing up, and I feel like a lot of other Samoans or Islander people are always like, "Oh yeah, WWF or WCW, AEW." Even like now, it's dope,
bro.
Samoa Joe,
you know what I'm saying? Samoa Joe, bro. Oh my God, bro. And when you think about it, man, like Polynesians have a huge presence in professional wrestling, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? There's the Anawai family, the big wrestling family. You know, there's just so much. There's the Wild Samoans from back in the day. Like, we have a big footprint in the professional wrestling scene. So, to have a movie like this come out, you know what I'm saying? It's a great highlight of that. So, but also I wanted to point out, like, the version that I watched, it started with like a disclaimer. It started with a disclaimer from the lead actors. And they were talking to the royal family in Tonga. It was, I don't know. I thought that was a really cool thing to like, not ask for permission, I guess, but like to apologize, I guess, because it's not really. I don't know. I feel like something like this just it doesn't. There's not a lot of movies like this in our culture, I guess. So it was kind of crazy to see them apologize or not apologize, but like send a disclaimer to the royal family like that. Like, look, this is a fictional story, and we try to be, you know, it may be irreverent, but it's really good. All right, it's really good. It's a really good family story. Just, you know, we just want to let
there's
you know
some curse words.
There's some curse words.
Your
There's
Majesty's...
some stuff going on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's some stuff going on, and it's really good stuff. but you should watch it.
It's all spoken in Tongan between John Tui and Latukefu, the dad and the son in this movie, and they're addressing. Hey, it might these are dual languages because that's how these characters talk in their everyday life, and we're just trying to be realistic and portray them as best we can. Just apologies if it's hard to hear or inappropriate, and then let's get into it.
The royal family was just like, man, I don't give a damn. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. Hell yeah.
Another thing is like the first part of the credits is the New Zealand Film Commission.
Bro,
and I'm like,
man, what?
Why don't we have that here?
Bro, I was trying to look up if we had a version of that here, but man, there's a whole bunch of different ones that I don't know which one we can use as far as our stories here in America. So we got to figure that out for sure. We got to get in contact with somebody.
That's it. I mean, it's good to know that at least some of those resources are there and we can figure out which ones are best suited for us.
Yeah, nice. Bro. Hell yeah. So let's get into it, Lance. What the hell happened, bro? What the hell happened in this movie, dude?
Man, this movie opens up with like a home footage following of a Baron Toa, a superstar championship Tongan wrestler, who is a legendary member of his community. He takes care of kind of the cul-de-sac and the street in his neighborhood, make sure everybody's okay. But he's running down to his house at the end of the cul-de-sac, dapping people up, saying hey to the neighbors, really out there and about the people, talking about how he helps as best he can. And if people come over and they want to be stupid, I help them too, help them not to be stupid. The home footage goes on to introduce his son, Fritz, who at this time is just like 5-6 years old, something like that. But you learn that the mother has passed away and it's just them two there. But yeah, he says, Fritz one day will be the champion. He's the number one. I'm the number two. Fritz gonna be champ someday. What did you, man, seeing some of that nostalgic home footage type, how does that set the mood kind of the movie?
Man, you could tell that Fritz really looked up to his father, you know what I'm saying? So it made me feel like, okay, he's gonna follow in his footsteps, he's a big presence in his community. The whole, everybody loves him. He seems like a really good dude. So from the home video, it cuts to the present day, 30 years earlier from that home video, and this Caucasian couple this well-to-do Caucasian couple takes a wrong turn down the cul-de-sac, you know what I'm saying? And they go down, and within 10 seconds at the end of the cul-de-sac, their car is stripped. They're followed by the neighborhood kids. Their car is stripped by the pig hunters, and they're left just honey, we gotta go.
Peeling out.
Go. Yeah, peeling the hell out. And we're introduced to Fritz 30 years later. And he's in the back of a cab on his way to that same neighborhood. And it introduces him, as this, he seems very smart, he's over here just being, he's like a brainy ass dude. Like everything that he tries to, it introduces what he does throughout the movie to help him see things clearly. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The marker.
With the marker and the graphs, it doesn't tell you exactly what he does yet, but you can see that he's very meticulous about what he wants to do next. And where he's at, either in the story or what's going on in his life. So it's a great introduction to who he is now. And yeah, awesome.
That's a great point. He's a visual guy that likes to write it out and really plot things out, get the lay of the land, and get it visually put in front of him so he can dissect it and figure out the next best step.
Exactly. He was on the phone with his partner. You don't, like I said, you don't know what he does yet, but he was on the brink of something big. And at the beginning, I thought he was some dickhead finance bro because of the way he was talking to the taxi cab driver. You know what I'm saying? Because he was using all this technical jargon and shit, and he just seemed like a really smart dude. And he just shut the shit. He shut that taxi driver down bad. He's just like, yeah, all right, down the street. The taxi driver's like, dude, I don't go down that street, bro. All right, just drop me off here. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop you off right here. If you could give me 5 stars. He's like, what? He's like, I do not go down that street. That's the street that Fritz grew up on. He's like, oh, whatever. And we see the car that got disassembled in the opening peeling out past him. But yeah, Fritz has to walk the length of the street down to his family house at the end of the cul-de-sac, which his uncle is staying in, and he's trying to figure out why his uncle is not signing like the final sales paperwork for the house. But yeah, that's we find out that's what his intent in coming back to New Zealand is to sell the family house. At the kind of at the head of the street, there's an older Islander man that lives there, George.
Yeah.
And he's waving at him, or he's trying to say different greetings in Islander languages. He's like, Malole, Talofa, Bula, Malo, hey. And Fritz is just ignoring him, and he's like, hey, bud, are you new around here? He's like, nah, actually, I grew up around here. But he heads back where his uncle is getting bullied by some kids about his lawnmower. They're just walking up and taking his lawnmower. And Fritz shows up in time to shut them down, kind of kick them out, and leave his uncle's stuff. And then him and his uncle reunite after being gone for he's been gone for a while. I take it.
Yeah, I think
a lot of things have changed.
Yeah. Uncle Otto, played by the indomitable Nathaniel Lees, bro. What the? Give that guy an Oscar. Does he have an Oscar yet?
I can look that up. He should.
Yeah, he should. Because he's awesome. So we're introduced to Uncle Otto, Fritz's uncle, the Baron's brother. And you learn that while they're talking, the Baron had passed away 20 years before. Don't know why, or don't know what from yet. And like you said, he's refusing to sign the papers for the house. And Fritz is over there trying to convince him to sign. You know what I'm saying? Fritz is very, he's just uncaring about what's going on over there. He just wants to get in and out, get it done.
He didn't even bring extra clothes. It's just sell this thing today, fly back to Australia tonight.
Yeah. He had the he had the what is it, the real estate agent? The real estate agent was gonna go by that day to, close the deal. Nice. But there was Uncle Otto trying to convince him, like, yo, no. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not gonna do it. And what is it? He sits there and he takes a nap because the real estate agent said she was going to be there at 2100 hours. 2100 hours.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. Just use 9 o'clock, New Zealand. Who the hell are all y'all in the military? So
it's more international time zone swapping. I feel.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know about any of that.
It's like, look at all these freaking reservists.
Yeah, for real. I'll meet you at 2100 hours. That's Australia. Yeah, that's more Australia. My fault. That accent was off. But so Fritz falls asleep and he wakes up. He wakes up to a domestic. They wake up to a domestic dispute going on over at the neighbor's house, and Fritz doesn't want to get involved. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's none of our business. Like, and then Uncle Otto's just like, dude, that's our neighbor. That's my neighbor, man. I
babysit.
I babysit. So he heads over there and tries to figure out what it is, and we're introduced to Officer fucking Wayne. Fuck this guy.
Oh yeah, police officer answers the door with his pants belts around his thighs, like pulling up his pants, shirt untucked, unbuttoned. It's all super messy, but he's still trying to claim the power of the police. Like, it's all good here, I've got it under control. Get out of here, stranger. Yeah, and Fritz is like, it's kind of obvious that you don't have it under control, and this isn't policely attire or, kind of action. So he tries to draw him down the stairs away from the woman and her child. And he basically does a pretty good job of beating up the cop. Because the cop coming is like trying to hit him with the whack whack stick.
Yeah.
And you know, at this point, it's like you're obviously a bad cop, so let me just, it's okay to fight you. And then he pretty much throws a mailbox at him. They fight over a car into the lawn. Yeah, he gets him in a choke.
Fritz was definitely trained by his dad and Uncle Otto. You know what I'm saying? That fool knows how to fight. He knows how to fight. That's why he walks around the way he does. He's confident in his abilities. You know what I'm saying? He knows that he can take anybody on, and like he just treats Wayne like the piece of shit that he is, because he is. He's a fucking creep. You know? Yeah, so he literally just wrestles that fool into submission, makes him tap. I love that goes on throughout the whole movie, keeping up with the wrestling theme. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're beating the shit out of each other, but like they're not trying to like kill each other. Just like, step out.
It's like, yeah, I got you, and you have to stop now.
Yeah, you better stop now. It's like,
Uncle.
Yeah, it's like you're fighting your siblings and your cousins and shit. It's hilarious. So, man. With Wayne, you get introduced to Wayne. He gets his ass beat, and then you meet Renee, the neighbor, and Lacey, her niece. Already potential romantic partner. Going off like, yep, they're gonna hook up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We lined that up early. It's like, okay, this is going to be the romantic interest, and it starts off like they butt heads immediately, right? Yeah. She's like, you didn't have to do all that. And he was like, well, oh yeah, sure, it was obvious you had it under control. Yeah. He's like, you're a dick. Ain't nobody asked you. And he was like, I had to come over here. Okay? Yeah. Oh, we got pepper sprayed at the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, bro.
Yo, look. Minus points for unrealistic pepper spray recovery because it lasts a lot longer. He just needed a little bit of water sprinkled in his eyes and he was okay again. Look, as someone who's been pepper sprayed.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yo, that shit sticks with you until the nighttime. You're trying everything to get that stuff out. But
god damn, hey, it's wrestling. It's wrestling. No, so another thing about that, right? When they were doing that, and then he sprayed the pepper spray, I expected it to affect Wayne too. So yeah, I guess more points because that wasn't realistic, but it's wrestling, dog.
It was just a spot in a great outdoor hardcore wrestling match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a great spot, exactly, bro.
But Fritz and Renee bumping heads. They go off. He goes back into the house. And we notice things are disturbed inside Uncle Otto's house now. Chairs and stuff messed up. It looks like those kids from earlier that Fritz shooed off. They came back and ransacked the house. And it becomes like they show that the championship belt that was hanging above the fireplace or on the mantle there, the case is broken and the belt has been stolen.
Oh man.
And Uncle Otto is tripping. Yo, this is our family heirloom and they stole it. Fritz is like, whatever, you're going to forget about that as soon as we get to Australia. And Uncle Otto says, I am not selling this house until you get that championship belt back. You go get your dad's
Conflict.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now we got the mission.
See. Yes. The mission is coming back. And we flip into the next chapter where he's got to track down exactly what happened with the belt and try to make a plan to get it back.
Yep. So then, where's that? Oh yeah. So as he does that, while he's getting his plan together, the dude runs into Carrie. We get introduced to Carrie, his childhood friend from the neighborhood. A mute, does not talk, talks with his hands, you know what I'm saying? And, really understand each other. They literally go way back. So he goes to Carrie and asks him like, hey, where do these dudes hang out at? All right, where do they hang out at? And Carrie points it out and, makes note of it. But then I forget what happens after. This is when he chases the kid, the smart kid who like earlier when Fritz shoot him off with the for the lawnmower, like he was the only one out the group who was like, well, okay, just leave it alone. Like he's he's the smart one. So
not trying to be all conflict and aggressive and It's like, I'm part of the gang. We're going to take what we want.
I'm from the hood.
Oh, what are you, for the LA gang or something? Like, what is this? What's going on in this old neighborhood of mine? Carrie also Carrie and John Toohey, who played the dad, were both the Wild Samoans in Young Rock also. So they also, Carrie is one of the Wild Samoans and like his uncle. But here, he's a mute friend. He was also the doctor and the tattooist that let Jake go.
For real?
Yeah. I think so.
Oh, shit. Okay.
But he...
we know how we feel about the tattooist.
But he gets what is he show them exactly where the pig hunters are. They got a little warehouse. It's like walled off.
Yeah.
Secure area. On the street.
Yeah, on the street. Yeah.
He also shows them like a go-kart or a thing that he has, the Gonzalez 3000 that he's been working on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But Carrie's like a little engineer type. But I guess they've always been, when they were growing up, interested in like cars and carts and stuff like that. But he shows them, and then he chases Royden. Royden is the smart kid's name.
That's his name. Okay.
And they go through the whole neighborhood. They're going through like family houses and parties and backyards and kava sessions. And he eventually catches them like at the end of this park in this stream. And he's like, why are you chasing me? He's like, where's all my shit? He's like, I don't know. He's like, why were you running? Innocent people don't run like that.
They don't run that fast.
I was running from your asshole face.
Yeah.
You and everybody like you.
Yeah, like, oh my God, poignant speech coming up. And he does. Like, yeah, y'all have the same asshole face. Social worker, teacher. And because I'm from the hood, you think you all know me and know what I'm about. I'm like, oh shit, bro. And it was a cool little speech though. I like it. I like where they go. Like, there's different conversations going on throughout this movie about like victimhood, you know what I'm saying, legacy, things we'll touch on later, but like this movie's saying a lot, bro. It's kind of crazy. Like Fritz is definitely of our generation, the millennial generation, so to see these young kids and where they're at mentally and stuff, like I don't know, it was kind of cool juxtaposition.
One of Jordan's friends pulls up on Fritz walking down the street on his way home, smacks him in the back of the head, and then gets back on his bike and rolls up to the pig hunter's warehouse where he gets in real quick.
Yeah.
Fritz is trying to break in. There's like a dog at the bottom that comes out. But the old man from earlier in the movie, George, Laga'aia, saying, hey, let me talk to the pig hunters for you, and we'll make sure that everything gets figured out. Okay,
I'll vouch for you for Tahu. I'll vouch for you.
Tahu.
Yeah.
Tahu, the leader of the pig hunters gang.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, George fooled me. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. But yeah, so he says that he'll vouch for him to Tahu and that there's gonna be a big barbecue. But before any of that, this is when Wayne comes in and starts flexing his muscles, starts talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he tries to investigate what's going on because as he was chasing that dude Royden, they was doing damage. So people, police were called. And of course it's Wayne who comes and he's just giving him a hard time being a dickhead, And then he learns about what's going on with Fritz and he's trying to get his stuff back. And the pig hunters had, fucked his shit up. So
stole his uncle's lawnmower.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. So Wayne cordons off the street, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to be petty, making
mess up everybody's life.
Yeah, he's just making the situation harder for Fritz to get his stuff back because now all the big homies from the pig hunters are like, okay, what the fuck now? You know what I'm saying? It's causing unnecessary drama.
Because he goes in there, the cop goes into the pig hunter stuff, pulls out the lawnmower, and is like pointing up to the street. There was a complaint up there by this guy, so They're really letting a cop into their clubhouse, and you can see in the background all the pig hunters are like, "We're gonna come and get you. We're gonna get you for this." And you know that Wayne has set the retribution of the pig hunters straight onto Fritz and Otto.
Put them out on Front Street, bro. What up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The saleswoman is backing out of the driveway also. She's like, "Your uncle's being trippy. What the heck is going on? I have a reputation to uphold. Get this sorted out so we can sell this house." So now more pressure is being put on Fritz.
Yep.
There's a dog. The attack dog from the pig hunters ends up coming into the house. Otto is inside the house babysitting Lacey. So they have to they have this chase fight scene versus this dog for a second and pumps it up.
Shows how smart that fool Fritz is, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's very witty. He used the
industrious.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, industrious for sure, bro.
Gets the pillow and the belt to fight the dog off.
Yeah, just to lure it out. Yeah, this movie's awesome. So from there, after they get Smiley out, the dog.
Smiley.
What? No, he went somewhere, right? I forget what happened. Like he went towards he went somewhere away from the party.
He went to Carrie's house.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Hey, I need you to be on the lookout for me. You still got those bottle rockets from 30 years ago. Yeah, shoot off some of those flare rockets if you think something's going down, and that'll create a distraction so I can get out. Okay, just keep an eye out there." And then he goes over there.
What's his name? Fritz ends up going to the barbecue that George said that that they're setting up, and he goes into the party and there's a wrestling ring in there. Yeah, there's a wrestling ring in there, and people are just wilding out. So that lets you know that the pig hunters are fans of the Barantola, and they're just wrestling fans in general. You know what I'm saying? So Fritz is in there chopping it up with George. George being friendly, shady, but friendly mostly. You know what I'm saying? And what is it? He's there for a while chilling, and then
George also mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of the legend Baron Toa, and so is Tahu, who is also a big fan of Fritz's dad.
Yeah.
There's a roast going on, wrestling ring. People are working out until they puke.
Yeah, literally. Nasty.
Yeah, that was not good. George toasts Fritz and then says he has to head out, go spend time with the wife. But Fritz is walking around. He eventually gets inside the clubhouse and meets the leader of the pig hunters. Tahu is a pretty big dude. It looks like a sturdy guy too. I felt like good casting for the leader of the pig hunters.
Hell yeah.
And he's got this nice championship belt hanging over his shoulder as he sits on the pig hunter throne inside the clubhouse. Fritz, though, is trying to be diplomatic. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? I just need to come back and get that from you. It's my dad's." But he knows he doesn't really care about the belt. He's just trying to get the house sold, right? But he's planning all that out. And it's like, "I'm just here to get that belt. I just got to take it back." And
that show was funny when he was walking in and they had the whole crew just oinking at him, snorting at him. Like, bruh.
It's like, okay, the piggies.
You know what I'm saying? It's getting out, bro.
And Tahu kind of sees through it, the diplomacy of it, and he's like, "Oh, you're just, what are you gonna try? The statistics? You're gonna tell me the numbers? Bro, I'm keeping this belt, okay?"
Man, what's crazy? Like I was thinking about it while I was watching the movie. It's a movie centered around pro wrestling, right? The story, the way the characters acted was straight out of a pro wrestling storyline to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I liked how, I don't know, to me it seemed like Tahu seemed very he was the obvious heel, right? The obvious bad guy. You know what I'm saying? But he was charismatic. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of likable, bro. You know what I'm saying?
A really fun heel.
You know what I'm saying? And Fritz, who's like, he's portrayed as the face, is kind of a dick. He's a douche. He's kind of hard to root for. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just kept that thought kept crossing my mind when I was watching it, because it's like, it's kind of meta. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're talking about wrestling within a wrestling movie. They're talking about a movie within, you know what I'm saying? Like, like what you just said with Tahu, and he's talking about, oh, you're going to talk to me about the numbers now. Like, that's like standard movie shit right there. That the hero is going to spout off to the villain before he enacts his plan. You know what I'm saying? And then Tahu's over here calling it out like, oh, so you did all that. You did all them options. What's your next one? Oh, the numbers, right? And then that's what it's like, okay, so how much do you want? I don't know. This is a really smartly written movie, bro. We're going to get into it for sure, but this movie is awesome, bro.
Yeah. And he makes Fritz sit down and just hang out at his party. You're not going anywhere. This belt is staying with me. Yeah. After a couple of hours, it seems, fast motion everywhere else, slow motion for Fritz. Cool looks like Tahu has fallen asleep on the pig hunter's throne. So he just goes and grabs the belt off of his shoulder and starts walking out. But this has woken Tahu up, and he's like, yo, what the hell are you doing? And they start beating the crap out of Fritz.
Yeah. Baron Thor would not be happy with that. He was talking shit, and they beat the shit out of him.
Oh, that's another thing. You have to fight for the title, is what Otto was saying when Fritz was like pre-planning. I just have to talk to him, tell him it's Wayne's fault. We have a shared enemy. Focus that negative attention into Wayne, the cop, and then we'll be on the same team. I'll get the belt back, sell the house, we can leave.
All that talking, boy. You just have to fight for the title, bro.
You have to fight for the title, is what Otto said, and this is also what Tahu is saying. He's like, the Baron Toa would not agree with the title changing hands this way. And the pig hunters start beating up Fritz. Tahu gets out there, freaking throws him out of the compound onto the street. They give him a couple more hits up against the car, pretty much break his face before he gets saved by some of the neighbors. Was it his uncle and George?
I think it was uncle and George came and told him to chill out, but it was Uncle Otto and I think Renee. They came to help him out, and even at that part when he was talking, the way he was talking to his uncle and shit, like he was fine. Like, look, Uncle, I'm about to knock out real soon, and so it was like, I don't know, it's like he was giving us the plot of the entire movie in the dialogue while he was talking. It was just crazy, man.
Carrie had fired off some rockets when he saw there was a disturbance, but these are like 30-year-old bottle rockets, so they like pew.
Yep. And the first one didn't even make it past the house. It just fell in, and he had to
fell into his like flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shout out to Carrie. He a real one though. He a real friend.
He's getting. What does he see his dad? Well, he has to get nursed back to health here.
Yeah. So he's hallucinating. Well, now he's dreaming about the day his dad had passed. And should have said, there's so many moments of like profound sadness in this movie too. When it flashes back to when he was a kid, and you see how the Baron Tola died. He had a heart attack in the house, and it deeply affected Fritz. You know what I'm saying? It you can see why he didn't want to come back. Like
you see why he runs away.
Why he ran away. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's so fucked. I wrote fucked up in my notes. I was like, damn, this is fucked. Fucked up. I know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that is a sad whoa moment.
Yeah, out of nowhere too, because like this movie plays up for laughs and there's like legit action, but then like the story, the emotion in there, the emotional stuff in there is really slaps you in the face, man. Yeah.
He wakes up to Lacey is next to his bed. Yeah. She's waiting for him to wake up. Renee has been taking care of him, kind of nursing him back to health. The uncle is there. Renee says he probably has some fractured ribs. But they haven't taken him to like medical or anything, but he needs to get
Check.
Yeah, checked. Yeah, get that checked out. We go to a montage of the pig hunters beating up everyone that tried to help Fritz.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. They put Uncle Otto in a fucking sleeper hold and made him.
Yo.
God damn, bro. Oh, nobody's safe, man.
The smart kid is getting beat up for saying, at least Fritz had some courage to fight Tahu by himself, all the pig hunters. He gets beat up for kind of sticking up for Fritz. The uncle, two of the cronies come and are stealing the lawnmower again and choking out Uncle Otto until he taps.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, these guys are so mean. Man.
Yeah, they go to Carrie's house and fuck his shit up in the backyard. They're messing all of his stuff up. And, Carrie, he's not, he doesn't get down like that. He's over there hiding in the kitchen. And, this is the part of the story with the, the downfall. What's the plots or what's the elements of a good story? It's, beginning, middle, and end. In the middle's like a conflict, and this is where it's at.
Right, it builds. You get like a hook, conflict, It builds, and then conclusion.
Yeah.
Or this is the part of the building. Building that tension, that conflict. Wayne is back. He's got questions. He's over here getting into a room talking about who the real puppet master is. He sticks his police baton into Fritz's stomach, his messed up ribs, before Renee comes in and breaks it up.
Pussy. Wayne is a straight pussy.
Yeah, it's hella weird. Yeah. Fritz and his uncle are watching some of those old Barontola videos later. Talking about how his dad got the name Baron. It's from the German side of their family.
Yeah. The Germans were the first superpower in the Pacific to sign a treaty with Tonga. I did not know that. But that's what Fritz says. Yeah, that's what Fritz said in the movie.
We have a flashback where the Baron goes to the house next door to beat up some guys because they're selling weed and their customers keep parking on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And he keeps guys, I'm telling you, the kids are coming back from school. Yeah. John Chewy said he based this portrayal of the Baron on his own dad, who's an immigrant from Tonga. But yeah, he was like, the kids are coming from school. You want them to walk in the street?
Yeah. Fair point, man.
I'm telling you guys, get this stuff cleaned up.
Yeah, bro.
The guys come out and he beats this is one of the great action scenes in this movie. Bro. And it's in the trailers too, but he 3v1s, he 1v3s guys easily. Yeah. Uses stuff just around the lawn as weapons. And is able to
Are you sure?
Are you sure this is what you want? Okay. Well,
damn, bro. Fucked them up, bro. That shit, I just love the way it's choreographed like an actual fight scene. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no professional wrestling shit. No, he beat the dog shit out of them three.
1v1, bam, 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 onto the next one. This one comes up easy. Everything just flows into it. And you can see the strength and also the ability for the Baron to fight in real life. It's not just in the ring or when it's choreographed. He can really put together a great attack plan.
Yeah.
And knock a battle out of the park.
That's sports entertainment. But your father, saying he was a real stepper, bro.
Otto is talking about, that's how we controlled the neighborhood. We made sure and took care of the biggest problems, and then everybody else knew that you couldn't mess with this neighborhood. Everything had to be peaceful, safe, make sure the kids are okay and everybody gets along fine.
You only need to get a few, the ones doing the most bullshit.
Yeah.
The potato principle. The Pareto principle. You say potato, I say you say Pareto, I say potato.
Knock at the door. It's Jordan or Royden. The kid comes with Smiley, and Fritz helps him bury a dog that no one else cared about. Got hit by a car. None of the pig hunters cared to help him And Fritz and the boy have like another conversation as they're burying Smiley, and just like, you can do, so much more than just what is around you. You just got to go and kind of go and get it.
Yeah. He was like, the weak are cruel and the strong are merciful. I was like, oh, that's pretty deep. I was like, yeah, that is deep. God damn.
Everyone thinks it's surprising when I say deep stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they were just having a great conversation of like we said earlier, like victimhood for kids who are actually in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just, I don't know. It was, every time they interacted, it was always something deep going on. Because they're two kids from the same, two smart ass kids from the same neighborhood.
Just different eras.
Different eras, exactly.
We get the scene where Fritz runs away after his dad passed away, and he was living with his uncle there, and he was like, "We're gonna train you. You'll be the next champ." And he was just like, it's a lot for me. He ran away. He went to live in Australia. But now he talks to his uncle, and he's like, I want to fight for the championship. I want to fight for the title. Will you train me?
Ooh, he said that when he was knocked out. After he got jumped, he's like, "Uncle, I'm going to pass out soon, but I want to show that the title." Yeah, bro, this shit was hard, man. So he goes over there, and Uncle Otto's just like, yeah, cue training montage. You know what I'm saying?
Quick fight. Again.
Yeah,
yo, man. Up the stairs, carrying little boulders. He's doing
and as he's doing his training, they're playing Baron Toll, another home video being interviewed, and it's playing throughout the entire montage. And he said there are three important things in his life: respect and love for yourself, respect and love for your people, respect and love for other people. I was like, oh yeah.
Respect and love.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to figure out the word for mind, body, and soul, and they're all one. And then he starts talking to Otto off screen. He's like, "Hey, what is that word?" You're speaking and talking. What is that word for? When they all together?
Synergy.
Yeah.
Synergy.
You know transcend, but you don't know synergy.
It's like, I know what I know.
Yeah. Sometimes the heart is more clever than the mind, but sometimes the mind is more clever than the heart. Like, bruh. Yeah. So,
yo, just like the boy, he's poignant.
Come on, bro. And there's so many uncles that I know, bro.
Nice.
So much, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was awesome. He's done with another day of training. He's jogging back to wherever he's jogging from. The kids are following him. The kids in the neighborhood are following him. And then he runs into freaking George, and George is just coming off as this fucking weirdo now. Like when Fritz called him out, when I seen that part, I was like, dude, now I'm looking at George crazy. And it was a great way to do that, because like now we know that something's up, because Fritz is a smart guy. He sees right through it. It's like, there's something about someone who tries to get along with everybody that just irks me. I was like, oh shit, dog.
You trying to play both sides, bro. These pig hunters are messing up the neighborhood, bullying people, but you're also trying to be like politics and everything, and that I just don't trust that, George. And we're like, oh damn, Fritz really doesn't mess with this guy. Yeah, but George, I didn't see that coming,
Nah, me neither, bro. Yeah. He was talking about fencing. He was like, that sounds like fencing.
Yeah.
Yeah, better be sitting on a fence than getting thrown through it. It's like, man, shut your pussy ass up. As soon as he said that, I was like, man, fuck this guy, bro. What the hell? Okay. Now I see.
Fritz goes over to Carrie's house and he apologizes. He's like, yo, I'm sorry for getting you caught up in this. I'm just letting you know I'm going to go fight Tahu to get my dad's belt back. I don't want you to interfere. I'm just letting you know I'm about to go fight.
Carrie wanted to show him something. Carrie showed him a little replica, a little diorama of the neighborhood, and then he's trying to convince Fritz to go along with it, to use the Gonzalez 3000 and drive that shit into the pig hunter's base.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Like, no, that's childish, bro. Because that last one was childish. That last one was crazy.
Sad bottle rocket.
Yeah, he was telling Carrie that plan was crazy too. So yeah, that was hilarious, bro. But yeah, it cuts to him teaching Lacey wrestling, because you learn early on that she's a huge fan of wrestling, so she knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? So she's been wanting to get taught this shit for a while. So huge fan. And then he's teaching her a little something. And then that's when Renee comes out. You know what I'm saying? Q the meet cute. You know what I'm saying? The getting to know each other. You learn that Renee is not her mother. That's, you know, she's the aunt. It's her sister's daughter who's out doing, you know, whatever it is she does. And Fritz is telling her his life, talking about, you know, I needed to leave to become my own man and do this and that. And then that's when she says,
isn't it ironic?
Yeah. All your searching led you to arrive back where it all began. I was like, ooh, message. Yeah, message. And yeah, bro. I wrote down it's like the writing is calling out hero and villain cliches. And I know we talked about it already, but yeah, it's like this movie, it's calling its own subject out. It's crazy, bro. So they become
making him really look at himself and realize,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe you just told yourself that's what you needed to do, but it all really led you back to where you could have been. Oh.
Yeah.
Q Carey taking the Gonzo 3000 and enacting his plan, and he's taking off. He's like, I'm gonna crash into the pig hunter's house.
Yeah, bro, what the hell? But like before that, right? It mentions what Fritz does, and he's a software developer, bruh. You learn that he's
he's trying to sell an app.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think he's trying to sell the app. So he says that he spent 5 years developing this program that presents people with lists of executive decision outcomes based on their personality type and situation. That's why he's going around writing everything out and shit, because this is all he does.
That's his life.
Yeah, this is his life. So yeah, this fool Carey goes and fucks some shit up. Mainly himself. Tries to enact his plan. And it does not go well, bro. He's riding the Gonzalez 3000 straight into what is that? Like the big electrical box? Right?
Yeah, like a transformer. No, that's not a transformer, but the big green like electrical boxes on the ground.
This shit
people sit on.
God,
damn, he flips.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He flips, and then the gas starts leaking, and then he catches on fire.
Where does this fire come from? This is, I mean, like from the thing, but all of a sudden the go-kart Gonzalez 3000 is on fire, and you're like, this shit is gonna blow up.
I thought it was gonna get to that point. I was like, oh shit, it's about to get really dark right now.
Yo, they pull him out, right? They cut him out. Fritz gets down there, pulls him out of there. The pig hunters come see what's happening outside, because he didn't even hit their like walls or anything. No. He just flipped in the street, and they start making fun of him. Your friend is on fire.
Oh,
they say your mate.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah, but they get him out there. No one's helping. Everyone's too scared to like help them.
Yeah.
But they got to get, they have to get him out of there. Mm-hmm. We get, like a Lion King Mufasa in the clouds type scene. The father is back on the street. No one else sees him but Fritz. Fritz walks up to this like projection of his dad that he's seeing there on Kinlock Avenue. Of his
guilt.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
But what is the purpose of this conversation? He's like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. He's like, you just go. You don't have to do this. I didn't ask you to come here and take on this burden, just leave.
Yeah.
It's like, but I want to do this. What is Fritz talking about here, though? Trying to explain to his dad what he needs to do. Like, he needs to get the belt back, or he needs to fight and save the neighborhood.
I got unfinished business. He's talking. Oh, fuck. I don't want to fuck it up because it's such a good scene. But what I took is that he's just accept what happened and learn to grieve and move on, because I took it as Fritz not grieving properly for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to, his dad was telling him he didn't have to do this, but he knows that, that Fritz wanted to stay and finish things and, come full circle. He literally came full circle. He came back to the neighborhood, where he feels like all of his problems began, and now he's back and he's literally embracing his father. You know what I'm saying? Accepting that he's gone and that he doesn't have to be him. Like, who said that you should be me? I'm not trying to, like, that's what Baron Toll was saying to Fritz. Like, you don't have to be me. You know what I'm saying? Be who you are and you'll be okay type shit.
He says, everything reminds me of you.
Yeah.
And then his dad says, is that why you're trying to sell the house? Is that why you're trying to leave? Because you feel like you have to be me, or you don't. Be you, son. It's going to be okay. Stop mucking around. And then he puts his hood on and runs off.
Yeah.
Like, I've got more training to do. I've got a match coming up.
Yeah, bro. Oh man, that part was awesome.
Yeah.
From there, I
feel like this is like the last chapter.
Yeah, the last half of right here. Yeah.
As we're about to get the resolution to all this conflict, all this buildup, all this setup. Uncle Otto, I think he's ready.
Yeah.
And we get the pre-fight preparation from Fritz. He's shaving. He's wearing his dad's like shirt, tank top underneath his gear. He's in the shed making up some weapons, trying to find what he can use in his attack that's about to go down. All this training, all this glove work, all this fighting is getting him ready for this championship match, and he's like fully suiting up and preparing himself. But he shows more of that like industrious spirit, putting together like a little arm shield, metal arm. What would you call that? Like a pipe? He's got a pipe or something.
I was gonna say rebar, but it's not rebar. It's like some kind of just metal,
flat metal
thing. Yeah,
flat metal wrapped up on his arm so he can like use it to hit people. He's also got paint cans that he's using to swing around, and he makes his way kind of from house to house down the street, taking out different pig hunter cronies.
Fucks their shit up, bro. Especially the first one, bro.
Breaks his leg. Like, that's complex fracture. You see the bone is out.
Oh, man. I was like, oh, damn. This movie's going there, bro. Yes.
Yeah. He goes across the street to where his dad beat up the three guys, and he totally uses this car lover dude's vehicle to, like, beat him up. Throws him through the windows, uses the doors. Until that guy's out. That was actually, I felt like that was funny too. He was like, it's not just, I can't help that my face obeys the golden ratio. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're not just a pretty face.
Yeah.
Fights one of the girls from the pig hunters, comes out. And she's like a lot more martial arts.
Yeah. DDT that bitch on the curb.
Oh my gosh.
You know
that was another whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Give a good head like a DDT. I forget what the fuck he said.
On the concrete into the DDT. And then he
gets into it with
the pig hunters. Goes into
right. No, he goes into the base. Yeah, that's right.
Into the clubhouse, and he fights like 8-9 more pig hunters.
Man, the music in this part made it sound like a John Wick movie, bro. That's straight martial arts movie, bro. Nice. There's just some regular fools though, just getting down 1v8, bruh. fucking their shit up, man.
Pool tables, people are throwing darts at him.
Come on, bro.
That one, I was like, ugh. Just anything in the clubhouse was up for grabs to be used in this fight. Really good. It didn't feel like it dragged too long. It was like good fights.
Nah, yeah, bro, for real. And they were, you know how like those shitty fight scenes where like the camera's shaking everywhere? Did not do that. These were great great action shots.
He realizes that Tahu is not there, sitting on the throne. So he goes through the clubhouse and he's sitting on a different throne. He's sitting in the toilet, just like, oh, what's happening?
Oh, bro. Hey, bro. Yeah.
He goes outside, hands off another pig hunter before, going and getting ready out in the street for this final fight versus Tahu to get the belt back from his dad. Yo, this was a joke. Otto, his uncle, is like, hey, I have to tell you something, but probably best you just learn yourself.
Yeah, just learn. Like, just best to learn organically.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck? I feel like this is gonna come up in the scores, but that was my biggest bug with this movie is why didn't you freaking tell him,
man,
if you knew already? Because I mean, and there have been little hints all over the place from Otto, from Wayne, from other people that all is not exactly what it seems in this movie. There's more going on than meets the eye. But we all just thought it was something else and not ready really for what was about to go down. But Tahu comes out in freaking elbow pads, like a chest protector. He's like got freaking tactical gear on.
For real.
And this is kind of like a championship fight, like a hardcore match, no holds barred, pinfall anywhere. You just got a last man standing your opponent until they're down and you can take the title. And that's the way this title is actually going to change hands. How did you like this fight between Fritz and Tahu?
I thought it was great, man. But I thought it was great, and he fucked this shit up really fast. Literally, like within the first 10-15 seconds. So I was like, well, that's fucking underwhelming until you learn about what happens later on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was cool. At first I didn't like how short it was until the reveal. Like, okay, that makes all the sense in the world.
There is that part where Tahu starts to get the upper hand, and I was like, oh, this is like wrestling match, right? Yeah, start off fast. Oh, it's a turnaround. The other guy takes the momentum. We're gonna get a big reversal here. He does get that reversal. He starts like finding different ways to attack Tahu and then takes him down. But then Otto's like, Fritz, can you hurry up and beat this guy up? This is not the championship fight. And he's like, what are you talking about? How is this not the championship fight? But he finally gets Tahu down. And then Otto points up the street and here's the championship fight. And you see the neighbor George, Mr. Fence Sitter, Mr. Diplomacy, comes walking down the street dragging Uncle Otto's lawnmower. His shirt is kind of open, couple buttons open, but he gets over there, he throws the lawnmower at Fritz.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? 5 years this neighborhood has been in peace for 5 years. Talking all crazy shit, man. And from there, the reveal is that George is the ultimate bad guy, the real leader of the pig hunters. When he opens his shirt, has the fucking title around his waist and a huge pig hunter's tattoo on his stomach. Real scumbag. And then you learn that George is actually the son of one of the brothers that the Baron beat up. His backstory is kind of funny too. He's been a huge fan of the Baron. Like he said that, he asked for the Baron's autograph. He asked for the Baron's autograph after he beat the shit out of his dad and his uncles. He said, "Hey, don't be stupid. Go to school. go to school, and then
Stay in school.
Stay in school. I think from there it kind of it fucked them up. I think they moved out. Yeah, they had to move out of there, and he's just a weirdo. Just held a big fucking grudge, and he was just resentful, I guess. And then he kept saying he knew he was gonna come back to the neighborhood and try to take it over, like the neighborhood bully and shit. And that's exactly what he did. In charge of that shit for 5 years. So now we know that George is in charge of everything, and the real championship fight is about to go down. You know what I'm saying?
On the rewatch, it feels like painfully obvious that George is one of the bad guys. But yeah, this was a great way to sprinkle that throughout the story, and then really get that reveal right at the end, right when you think that everything is done and you've won the title. Stone Cold Steve Austin's music plays, and then he comes out. He's like, "Actually, I'm the one." And you gotta, oh damn, I'm tired as hell. I gotta fight another guy.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all, bro. I didn't see it coming at all. I thought it was really good.
Nice.
I just thought like when when Fritz called him out in the beginning, I was like, okay, yeah, George does seem kind of shady. But yeah,
nice. Right. It's good that you saw that the first time, because I thought Fritz was just being a jerk. Like, I just don't like you. Okay, you're trying to take a stand. I thought it was more like a point towards, you got to take a stand, instead of like really showing that this guy might have something funky going on about him.
That George was gonna like help him out at the end and shit, and help take down the pig hunters with him.
Something like that. Like guilt him or shame him into actually acting positively for the neighborhood. But George beats the crap out of Fritz real quick. Like,
bro.
Starts to a point where he takes the belt off and even has time to start whipping him with the belt. And he really lays the smackdown on Fritz here. And then tells one of the pig hunter kids to come, like, beat Fritz up for me. I don't even have time to deal with this weakling. And that's when Royden, again, the smart kid, pops out and holds Hux off, pulls him back, makes him tap out. And you see George is starting to see that power kind of melt away. Like, not everybody is all scared of him. It's like Voldemort at the end of Harry Potter. Like, he put like that silence spell on people, but people were still able to speak out, and you can feel like that they weren't scared of him anymore, to the point where they had to be like in terror and keep quiet and run away and be obedient. They were ready to speak out and fight back right now. So that power also transfers over to Fritz. What do we get in the fight back? Because he's got to get up and, what does he get? Like a Psalm 1 drop? He gets him on his shoulders at some point?
Not a Psalm 1 drop. I think he...
Oh, his dad suplex into a body slam.
Yeah.
That was like his dad's, the Baron slam or something like that. But he gets him up and freaking,
right onto the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, Fritz comes out on top, suplexes him right onto the lawnmower, ends the fight. Fuck you, George.
Oh, man.
Bro.
Some of those moves, I felt like that DDT to the concrete, that move right there, that freaking suplex slam into the lawnmower, they're like, and that's what good wrestling does, bro. It makes you like, whoa.
And like in the story itself, that's not a wrestling match. It's framed as one, but it's not one. They're really trying to beat the shit out of each other. The open fracture on the kid's leg, bro. Open fracture. Fuck this shit up, dude. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So, knocks him out, and he's the neighborhood hero now. Fritz is the neighborhood hero. You got the juice now. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. They end the movie there. I love that shit.
Otto puts that belt on him. He's like, this is we're going back in here. Wayne pulls up. Hey, I'm the police. And the little kid, the neighbor kid, she's like, piss off, Wayne.
We don't need you here. Yeah, bro.
And then credits. Closing music.
Bro.
And Just like that.
I love that, bro. Like we can draw our own conclusions as to what happened next. You know what I'm saying? There's no frills about it. I love that shit. I love that it ended right after the fight or after Lacey calling him out.
It's like a wrestling match.
You know what I'm saying? It's
like a pay-per-view. It's just like the big ass match happens, everyone goes home.
Bro, what? That shit was crazy. I like that part where he also used Lacey in the fight with George too. Picked her up.
We've actually been practicing that. That's not as random as it might have seemed. I was because I was like, damn, that seemed hella random.
Oh, see, straight calling it out, bro. I'm telling you. Come on, bro.
I was like, did he just use this child in a fight?
Yeah. Actually, no.
We've actually been practicing.
Yeah.
We knew what we were doing there. And it was effective. It like got that whole comeback going, the momentum into the Toa Slam. So
exactly.
A great wrestling movie, and the whole thing is like a big, good wrestling match.
Yeah, bro, the whole thing from start to finish, like it's just, it does exactly what a good wrestling storyline does: provide great characters, a great storyline, a good heel versus face fucking matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Some surprise turns,
exactly. Some twists. You know what I'm saying? There's unfinished business. There's business that needs to be finished. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of conflicts going on. You know what I'm saying? He misses his dad. He didn't grieve for him. There's a lot of things going on in this movie, man. And I fucking enjoyed it, bro. I enjoyed the
fun movie.
This movie. Yeah. So when watching it again, like what stuck out to you as far as like themes of this movie, bro? Like what is it?
George being the bad guy stuck out a lot, and I was just like mad at him the whole time and mad at myself for not seeing it before, because it feels like the breadcrumbs are pretty intentionally sprinkled throughout the movie. And that stood out. Definitely just the whole wrestlingness of it. Because at first I thought that was just like just a plot mechanism, just like tie in that his dad is part of the wrestling. Some of the guys remember his dad, but the fight scenes, a lot of the background, the training, the final battles, that's all I like, especially talking through it right now. With you, just seems like the professional wrestling aspect of it is huge, and really also very well ingrained and spread throughout the movie. It's funnier. I laughed a lot. I remember laughing a lot, but I feel like we need to put that in the rubric somehow, like enjoyment. Ooh. Also.
Okay.
Like that's like a different piece of like the full kind of
movie watching experience.
Yeah. And like there might be different parts of that in like the rewatchability or how you think the acting of it is, but I think maybe retooling it and adding some more layers so we can get like a full kind of taste of everything that the movie has going on.
I'm with it, bro. Let's figure that out.
Yeah. That's fun watch. What stood out on your first watch? Going through this.
Legacy stood out the most. It's a young man trying to escape his dad's shadow because he knows how big his dad was in the community. You know what I'm saying? But with that scene over there when Carrie crashed, you know what I'm saying? It's like we don't have to be just like our heroes. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to live up to some legacy just because, that's what your dad or whoever your hero is did. You can forge your own. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he tried to do. He tried to create his own, be his own man. And what did it do? It just led him right back home. It led him back home to realize, that he doesn't have to live up to some standard that that he doesn't want to. He doesn't have to be a professional wrestler.
You think when his uncle was like, "You're going to be the next Baron Toa," that made him think like I have to be everything that my dad was and do like to that, and that's why he ran away.
Unnecessary pressure.
Nice.
Unnecessary pressure from Uncle Otto. You know what I'm saying? Even though he probably didn't know that he was doing that, I think he thought that it was in Fritz's best interest too. But the biggest thing that stuck out to me was legacy and the thought of living up to that, you know, and the fact that you don't have to just create your own.
Nice,
you
yeah.
know? And that's
what the dad says. Yeah, he's like, yeah, who said you had to be me?
Yeah,
I didn't come here for you to be me. I want you to just do the best you want to.
You don't have to be a professional wrestler, man. You didn't want to. You didn't want to be a professional wrestler, so you don't have to be that. But yeah.
Can you imagine like carrying that dread for 30 years, and then going home and seeing a manifestation of your dad, and he's like, no, you don't have to do that.
Oh my God.
I could have just stayed here and done whatever I wanted. It's got to feel.
You know?
But that was probably also driving him. Like, also, I mean, in some ways, it probably led him to that situation where he was building up the Types app and really using that, I don't know, to try to make something of himself. I think he had to sell the house for more capital. For the app.
You don't have to sell the house. I can just give you the money. Yeah, that's what his partner was saying on the phone.
Oh, right. If you're having problems selling the house, I can just give you the money. He's like, nah, you know, let's just wait. I got something really important to do right here. Yeah. He's like, what's more important than this thing that you've been building your whole life and working towards? He's like, my dad's championship belt.
Exactly. And not just like the legacy between your father and son, right? But like a wrestling legacy, the spotlight of Polynesians in wrestling. You know, he said it. It's like he was the biggest influence for Polynesians everywhere back then. You know what I'm saying? He's a huge figure, probably someone who's unknown to a lot of casual wrestling fans, but the ones who know. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't just have to extend to Fritz and his dad, but also like the legacy of Polynesians in the wrestling scene. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good highlight of that, you know? Yeah.
I'm trying to think about like the demographics and like the comparisons of how many Islanders are in America versus how many Islanders are in like wrestling,
right?
Or like different areas like that we excel at, that we are kind of represented in. I feel like offensive, defensive linemen in football, probably security guards, and then wrestling. I feel like we have a positive percentage that we're more represented in wrestling than we are even in just the general populace. And I feel like that, like you mentioned, the Anawa'i family and all the wrestlers that we've known in WWE alone, Yokozuna, Rikishi, Roman Reigns, the Usos, The Rock, I feel like that's such a strong part of our community and upbringing. I don't know a lot of Islanders that don't watch wrestling.
Yeah. Or didn't at one point, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Islander I know, like they watched it, you know, during the Attitude Era and shit, you know, Elder Millennial. And there's still some people who watch it now. Like I be seeing the tweets all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's still some current Pacific Islander wrestling fans out here. So yeah, bro, it's a huge part of our community for sure, bro. Just like
legacy.
The Baron was. Yeah, bro.
It's far reaching. Yeah, it's part of us. Yeah.
You know?
So that was great to see. What do you want to you want to do more themes, or you want to do
we can get to the rating. We ain't got to think about it.
To the scores?
The scores, bro. Let them know.
Let's talk about it. The rubric, start with rewatchability out of a score of 2.
Out of a score of 2, a 2. Because this movie is, it has so much rewatchability, bro. It's hilarious. There's a good amount of action to just to watch, bro. Action movies are just so great to like pass the time with, and mixed with comedy. Yeah, bro, this is definitely rewatchable. I can watch this with my kids. I can watch this with, you know what I'm saying, with my family around the TV and shit. Like, yeah, definitely very rewatchable. What about you?
I'm gonna go. I wanted to give it a 1 because I hadn't. This is what I'm thinking, right? out of two, two is like I've rewatched it. I have actively already gone in to rewatch it. A one is like I would rewatch it. A zero is I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a one. Yeah, you definitely could put this back on, and it was a fun rewatch actually. Casting out of a score of 3.
Out of a score of 3. Damn, excuse me. I put 3.
Yo, yeah. I might be biased, but I like almost everybody character-wise, and also the really heavy Pasefika people of all different islands that were in this movie. Well, mostly New Zealand, Australia, but yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, they definitely nailed it, bro. Everybody was cast right, and they all did their roles really well. Definitely a 3.
Soundtrack out of 5. I gave this one a 3. What about you?
Oh shit! Hold on, let me look at it. Because I know that with the music, I wanted to give it a 5, but I think in my head I gave it a 4, just because there's like a whole bunch of rap in there that there's a whole bunch of rap in there, and some of it didn't fit some of the scenes. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt there's some parts where the music just didn't match.
Okay.
You know, to me, I'm trying to think of which scene specifically, but I know that there was one that stuck out where I was like, wait, that's kind of crazy. But I think just overall, like they were bangers though. And I think they're all local talent. What?
That's that's exactly what I was gonna say. I feel like if you're from New Zealand or South Auckland, you might specifically know the lyrics to some of the songs that were played.
Yeah.
But on this side the world, I didn't really catch as many of the songs, so there might have been some more matching scene to music that was good.
Yeah.
But there were also a bunch of like fight scene musics, like themes that were going on that I thought were good. But nothing really super stood out to me. But I thought it was good on most of the matching. Cinematography, power of the look, out of a score of 6.
I gave it a 5. I think they used too many solar flares. There were too many, or lens flares, whatever that trick is called, the lens flare. Yeah, like in the scene where he sees his dad when Carrie crashes, like that makes sense. It's supposed to give off this thing of, you know, yeah, exactly. You're talking to literally your dead dad. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down. You're having a conversation. That makes sense. But there were so many parts where like they put the lens flare in where it didn't need to be there, and it didn't make sense because there was no sun in the general direction to cause a lens flare for that to happen. So I was like, okay, well,
the sun needs to be at a certain position and angle for this.
Yeah, according to wind direction, it shouldn't be here, dude. You know, some dumb shit.
You get an indoor flare.
Yeah, I was
wait, that's not right.
Yeah, are they about to blow up? What the hell is going on? Is that paint can? This is the part is when he had the paint can, then he was about to go fuck up that dude. You know, he's about to fuck his shit up. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait, why did the lens flare go off with the paint can like that? So yeah, for that I gave it a 5.
I think also like it's pretty kind of set on this one location, just on the street.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess because of the story, I guess, but I would have liked to see, you know, more of like the chasing kind of stuff where it's outside of Kinloch Avenue in the cul-de-sac or the house or one of these backyards. I give it a 4. Nice. Clean look though, vibrant. I did like the colors. I feel like the colors were still good, new, fresh. But I would have liked to see different locations, I guess. Editing and directing out of 7.
I gave it a 7, mainly because of the pace. They packed a lot in that hour and 45 minutes, and the majority of the movies we've been watching have been like an hour and a half. You know, it was like 15 minutes over, but it didn't feel like an extra 15 minutes. I feel like everything flowed seamlessly. You know, everything it flows seamlessly, and it made sense from scene to scene to get there. And there was no unnecessary, like there was like they trimmed a lot of the fat off. Like they were trying, they just got to the point. They got to scene. They got to the scene. Got to the scene. Got to the scene without any trip ups, without any excess shit. To me, you know, so.
Exactly. The pacing was good. I wanted to give it a 5 out of 7, just because why doesn't Otto tell him George is the bad guy?
Yeah.
From the beginning, why do we have to hold it off this whole time? No one. Wayne doesn't tell him. The kids don't tell him. His uncle doesn't tell him. Lacey and Renee don't tell him. Yeah. Carrie doesn't write it down or text it to him.
I don't know if that's an editing thing or a writing thing, though, or a script thing. I feel
like it could have, it's part of the story, but I feel like all of that is for that reveal at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give the writing a boost for, setting that up and sprinkling it in, but I want to take away points for how. Come on, Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Otto.
Okay, I know that one's fucked up, but he's a fan of the wrestling. He's a fan of the storytelling. Let him find out organically. Like, bro, shut your head writer ass up, Uncle Otto. This is real life. This is not a fucking wrestling match,
creative.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr., bro, knock it off. Your nephew he could lose his life, bro. There's an open fracture on this guy up the street. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Our next category, acting, out of a total score of 8.
I gave it an 8. Everybody was great. Yeah, everybody was really good. The side characters didn't chew up too much time. And when they did show up on screen, they were good. Made me like them. Made me hate them. You know, Wayne, George. Tahu was really good. I thought he was a really good dumb villain. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was cast right. So, and everybody was acting their asses off. I feel like they had to. They had some heavyweights in there. You know what I'm saying? Nathaniel Lee's. You know what I'm saying? They have some heavyweights in there, so they got to bring their A game. And everybody was really good. Even the daughter, Lacey. She was good. You know how much we hate child actors here.
If they are acting, if I could tell this child is reading something pre-written.
Yeah. What?
I also gave it an 8. To feel like everyone did great, like you said, from the legends to the newcomers to the main characters, but also, like you said, the minor characters got in, got out, but they hit. Yeah, like bro. I hated Huxt. From the beginning, I thought Royden was like misunderstood from the beginning, and that those two like play out over the their time on the scene on the screen. George is like plays the whole like nice guy act the whole way until he's like absolutely ready to beat the shit out of Fritz, and then he goes absolutely aggro mode. I did think the acting was great. Not any weaknesses or anything.
Yeah, no, not really.
Anything that didn't come across as pretty authentic or pretty good communication of the script. So, yeah, nice. 8 out of 8. For writing.
Okay.
Out of a total of 9.
I love to hear what you got to say about this one, but for me, for the writing, I gave it a 9, bro. I gave it a full 9. I thought the script was smartly written. It's very dense with so much. Like you can tell just from the dialogue alone how smart Fritz is, how ruthless he is as far as roasting the shit out of you, how much shit he actually talks, and and the different things going on within the movie too, like we said, Royden and Fritz's conversations about kids in the hood and growing up. They're like all the subplots in there, they get resolved at the end, like you said with Royden and Hux. Like you see the beginnings of their rivalry, and then it gets ended at the end. Fuck you, fuck you, Royden. You're making me tap out and shit. So, out of a 9, I gave it a 9, bro. It's a very solid script. Really good writing. Now I gotta hear this.
Yo, okay, for the reveal and everything, like I said, I was going to take points away from the directing decision not to figure out how to put that better, and I'll make sure to add it to the writing. So I'm going to change my score on this. I'm giving it a full 9. Okay. Like, for the writing, this is, regardless of how improbable it was that Otto did not tell freaking Fritz that the real bad guy in the neighborhood was George, it makes for a great fight and reveal at the end. And you do not see that coming. But yeah, that was great. Also, you talk about all the shit Fritz was talking. It was so meta. It was like he was just telling everybody, your problems aren't actually a problem. You just have to face the situation, become aware of what needs to happen, and these are some options I can give you. And
how cutting is that, bro? I would not want to hear my life dissected in so little words, bro. Not from a fucking asshole like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Fuck yeah, full 9 for the writing.
This is his whole life is analytical, just like, oh, that's not actually a problem. All you have to do is Google the steps, start the steps, and then read the results. And if you want to do that, it's like such A, if not A, then B, type of mentality and thinking. He's
literally going off of emotions. No, not emotion. It's personality type and situations, bro. And he's seeing his app being played out in real life. Okay, so this is what I got to do. He's the app. So yeah, solid 9, man. And for the last one,
legacy and impact out of 10.
Yeah. This is the one that gets the lowest, definitely. I gave it a 4 just because it only came out 4 years ago. 4 years ago it came out. It's pretty early. I don't know how long things should sit before we consider it a classic. It's not just about time, though. It's about, how far reaching this movie is. And I feel like in this community, a lot of people have seen it, especially because of the time that it came out was because of the pandemic. So for now, I'm giving it a 4, but that could change within the next 2-3 years, maybe even next year. Who knows? So number 4.
Man, yeah. That's a good point. The legacy rating definitely can grow as this movie becomes more of a passed down to the next people, the next generations. People are going to watch this kind of like people show their kids The Lion King. They're going to be like, hey, you want to see a dope wrestling movie with a bunch of Islanders in it? Hey. Load up The Legend of Barentoa, and someone's going to pop their head in. It's like, hey, are you guys watching The Legend of Barentoa? Wait, let me get some popcorn. Whole Islander families are going to remember this movie and pass it on to their children. That's one way. You're going to see a lot of these actors in different roles, not only coming up, but also some of the legendary actors in New Zealand that have been on TV for the longest time or in theater. John Tui, Nathaniel Lees. The cast is so strong, and I just feel like people just haven't gotten a chance to see it. That's the only thing legacy wise keeping it from getting a higher score, because it could be much more appreciated, I think, if it got a bigger release, or maybe that's just American side, we didn't get as big a intro to this, but it is on Hulu. Yo, if you're trying to watch this, it's on Hulu.
Well, shit,
just look it up. You probably already have Hulu. You can watch this right now. Definitely go and watch this and let us know what you think about it. But
hell yeah.
For Legacy, I gave it a 5. Also with the caveat that could change the more people watch it and the more it grows.
Yeah. I mean, shit, they called Good Kid, Mad City a classic within the first month, so that probably won't take long.
Wait, what?
Yeah, people were calling it a classic within the first couple of weeks of shit of its release back then. I remember that. This is a certified hip hop classic, and they were saying it then, and now it's certified now. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know how else to judge legacy besides time and
standing the test of time. Yeah. How long it's still popping. Mm-hmm. Good Kid, Mad City is so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
The freaking the transitions between the songs and the voicemails.
Come on, bro. Yeah, bro.
You ain't even worry about them dominoes. Somebody say dominoes.
I was listening to a movie.
Yeah.
We were listening to a movie. But okay, so what's our final scores for this movie, bro?
All right, so out of a cumulative score of 50, I gave The Legend of Barentoa 39.
Hey.
You gave it a 42.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah. So far, I think out of the movies, this will probably be right under Boy for me
Nice.
right now. It'll be right under Boy. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this shit, man. Action comedies, hilarious.
Bro, and such a strong wrestling movie, too. Like, this is definitely... I thought that was just like a gimmick part of the movie to tie it in or tie in the dad somehow, but it affects the community, the people. They're all there, and the fight scenes feel all really heavy wrestling. They DDT someone into the freaking ground. Like, there's wrestling moves in it. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna rate this better and better, higher and higher the more I see it. Like if we rewatch this again tonight, the score's gonna go up. I'm just gonna be more appreciation for different stuff. So
hell
yeah. Those are our scores for The Legend of Barentoa.
Yeah, man. Shit. Yeah. Go watch that shit.
Yo, it's on Hulu. It's on like Freevee. It's on just say the name into your voice remote or Google it, and you can definitely watch it. It's gonna be good.
This has been another episode of the Starter Kit, man. Y'all know what it is. Go watch it. Check us out on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, at the Polyticket Network, home of the Polyticket Podcast, way back Wednesday with the Uso Cepha Am, and of course the Starter Kit, man. Let us know, holla at us, do what you need to do. I'm tired and I need to take a shower.